All right, and we are now live. Thank you for tuning back in to the end of day report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave Price Trigger Reports. And we're now in a brand new year. This is 2022 already. Can you believe it? Where has the time gone? It's just overnight. It seems like we went to bed and then woke up and it's a new year. Well, hopefully everyone had a wonderful holiday, chilling with friends, family, and the like. And hopefully you're ready to get back at it because it is definitely time to get back at it. We got a lot to do. It's a new year. A lot of things have already started popping off. Time waits for no one, right? And that's basically what we've been seeing is that time ain't waiting for nobody. All right, let's take a look at the charts. Not going to keep you long. I just want to show you a few things. I just want to focus. We're narrowing our focus so you can see what's going on. This is the year that most people will probably become millionaires and be on a very strong financial footing if you are a subscriber to the Pulse Waves. The opportunities that are before us are unlike anything we've ever seen before. So the first chart is our weekly chart of the US dollar. If you missed um, yesterday's broadcast, we went live. You're going to want to go to PulseWave Trading so you can take a look at the archive. You would need to, if you're a subscriber, you can go to our replay. We have a replay on the Discord. That's where we keep it. We keep the videos. We do record our live sessions, our premium live sessions, which is for our subscribers, premium subscribers. You're gonna definitely want to view that if you missed it. I go into great length as to what you can expect to happen in 2022. We have some predictions, we have some prophecies, and you definitely don't want to miss it. All right, so without further ado, this is what we're looking at so far as we begin the year. This bar represents how we ended 2021. All right, this is where we ended it. In the green zone, right? In pullback status. We had a crash alert sell signal. We got that downside production, and the market pretty much settled there. So far this week, this is what we're looking at. The bears still have control of the market. The US dollar is still just floating here, but it's still in the green zone. So it can definitely break out of this this pattern here, this downtrend channel, and power up for us. But it's going to really depend on how the market closes tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday, so it's going to really depend on that. We'll see where we go from here. But right now, the dollar is still in strong territory. It's a 96 handle. We start getting out of a strong dollar policy once the dollar drops below 90. It's a problem. The alarm bells start going off at 92, and then really we go into DEFCON territory once we drop below there. So this is where we are right now. We talked about the relationship with the U.S. dollar and the commodity prices. We went into at length on that. You're definitely going to want to check it out. All right, next thing we want to take a look at, since we talked about the dollar, is food. All right, right now, this is where we ended the year. Now, here, this was the red zone, right? And the market ended crossing out of the red zone into the green zone on soybean, the price of soybeans. Even though you're in the Kumo cloud, right? You're in the beginning stages of a bull run in commodity grain prices. So this was a bullish pointer that was created the final trading week of 2021. And here in 2022, the first trading week, we've already taken that out, taken that pointer out, heading higher. So if all things being equal, this trajectory continues, I think the market's going to test the top of the Kumo cloud here and test that $15 per bushel handle. So you can expect beans in the teens. And here's the rally alert buy signal from way back in the week of November the 12th of 2021. And we've just been in an upward trajectory since then, as you can see. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So just FYI, heads up on that one, okay? Next up, we gotta take a look at what energy is doing. So here's the crude oil futures. And as you can see, we had a rally alert buy signal the week of December the 10th of 2021, and the market gave us steady upside production. It crossed officially out of the red zone and into the green zone here, even though you're not out of the overall weekly correction status. But the market's making a run for it right now, flirting with that $80 a barrel. So the market's still in that corrective state, though. We have not gotten out of it. Perhaps based on tomorrow's performance, the market can get out of that corrective zone. You did cross from the red zone to the green zone. So next thing that needs to happen is for the market to get out of the corrective status. All right. There's still a chance for the bears to come in here and knock the price back down again and regain control of this market. All right. So you don't want to forget about that. All right. We still a ways from the highs, long ways away from the highs, but the market's trying to attempt to get back there. So this is this week's bar so far, a little bit more of a push, and it could get out of the corrective phase tomorrow. Again, it's going to depend on how the markets close. Taking a look now at the precious metals. Here's gold. So gold finished the year out here, this bar right here, which put it crossed over from the red to the green zone, but you're still in a corrective status. And so far, the market has retreated from where we settled last year. Look at this. The market has come straight down. It suffered at the bottom of the Kumo cloud, which acts as a very powerful resistance. So here we go. Like I've told you before, gold has a problem with the 1800 handle. It just has a long history of not being able to stay above that 1800 handle. So here we are retreating from it again and dropping below the trend line support. You're still relatively in a sideways market on this weekly chart. You're in a major sideways market that you have not gotten out of in quite some time. You are sideways. Very wide trading ranges, but you're still in a longer term sideways market, believe it or not. Some may take this as a very good longer term bullish sign that the market's staying above that 1700. So you could make an argument for that and say, yeah, you're onto something, but you're still consolidated. You're not trending. You've ceased trending a long time ago. You're just trading at the higher end of the range and then the lower end of the range. That's all you're doing. You're really not doing much more than that. And that needs to be taken into account as well. The next thing is we have a bearish pointer back here made the week of August the 13th of 2021. That's going to need to be reconciled at some point. This one here was reconciled by this bearish pointer. Then we made another one here, and we haven't come down to really test that yet. So, and then you got another one right here. So you got some bearish pointers, another one here, that's going to keep this market consolidated yet further. So I don't expect any breakout in the gold unless we get some type of news or something. Barring any news with teeth, I don't see that happening. Silver is really no different. It's in a longer term sideways pattern as well, going all the way back to the week of September the 25th of 2020. And you've just been trading in that zone. You can make the argument that silver hasn't gone anywhere in 2 years. Basically, this is what's going on. This is what you got. What do you do? Nothing. Wider trading range, but overall, you're just moving in a sideways pattern. All right. There's a gap here on this futures contract that hasn't been dealt with, and that gap should send prices back to around right below $19. All right. So, yeah, at some point, I think you're going to break down further in your precious metals. It's just that's what the market is showing us. Last but not least, the big daddy of them all, Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin future. So we ended the year of 2021 in the red zone for Bitcoin. Now you've seen me on this channel show you all the various charts, things of that nature as to why Bitcoin will be pulling back and getting into a bearish predicament. We've been in a bearish predicament for actually like a month, what's that, 2 months basically almost. In 2021, the final months of 2021, we ended it in the red zone. We ended 2021 with a crash alert sell signal to start off 2022, and that's exactly what we've gotten. Downside production falling below the trend line of support and looking to test the bottom of the Kumo cloud. We should send it between 37 and 35,000 on the support downside. All right, that's where you are. That's an old resistance zone. That 30 to 35,000 is an old resistance zone, going back quite a while. You remember me telling you about that. That was one of the initial zones of consolidation. The second zone of consolidation was that 50 to 55,000. So far, the market has really struggled to get back to that 50 to 55,000, the higher end of the range, and instead is looking more like it's going to go and test the lower end of the range, which is the 30 to 35,000. That's your old support. So I think that's where we're going. I think an overall sideways to lower prices. So we're still in the longer term correction status. Bitcoin is not broken out of the correction status. Anyone just saying, oh, Bitcoin's about to go to the moon is just wishful thinking. Eventually that will be true, but it's not true today and it won't be tomorrow. You're in a corrective status with downside acceleration. All right. Picking up speed, picking up acceleration to the downside. This is what we can expect. So barring anything big happening between now and Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time, this is what it's looking like. Bitcoin is going to test the lower end of the ranges between the 30 to 35,000 and possibly could even drop below that. I showed you with GBTC, the Bitcoin ETF, where the gapages were way down there. So yeah, more downside is coming. It's been a very wild week, not just in the markets, but with all the winter storms. We just had a big one, and we still have, thousands of people without power. They're not expected to get their power restored until Saturday. But the problem is we got another storm coming tonight, and it's going to snow all night. They said we could get up to an inch per hour, and it is looking bad. So, yeah, that has to play some type of factor as well. So that being said, you know what it is. Smash that like button. That does help us. Also, you definitely want to take advantage of our premium membership. It's $11 a month, and it gives you unlimited access to all of our private lives that we do on Discord, which are also recorded. You can go back and take a look through the archives. We're able to discuss things more in depth and able to talk about things that we can't talk about with other social media platforms. And we get to not only talk about them, but go into details and go into depth. Definitely don't want to miss it this year. We're going to really be bringing a lot of information your way, and the opportunity to make profit in these markets will be something that you're going to be shocked when you see it. With that being said, you know what this is, man. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'm out. Peace.